When you enter your 20s, life becomes extremely, extremely complicated. Because what you end up learning and realizing is that life is a PvP game. It's a player versus player game, and it's you against the rest of the world. And you enter this when you enter your 20s, you enter this period of time where you're no longer told or instructed how to live life, what work you have to do, what you have to accomplish. And you have to find your own form of fulfillment. You have to find your own form of happiness. You really have to picture a life that you desire to live, and you have to create it on your own. There's nobody out there to help you except yourself, because everybody else is so focused on their own life. And it's called the spotlight effect. And one of the biggest mistakes people make in living life is that they spend so much time and mental energy worrying about what other people think about them. And the problem with that is that you are concerned about what somebody else is going to think if you make a certain action or you try something new. You're afraid of embarrassment. You're afraid of failure. You're afraid of other people's opinions because of that failure. And that's the only way to learn and grow and figure out what you really want to do. And it's called the spotlight effect, because the reality is everyone else is focused on themselves, and you put a spotlight on yourself thinking that everyone is thinking and caring about the actions that you're making and your failures and your embarrassments. But the reality is everyone else is just worried about what you're thinking about them. And if you understand this really changes your perspective on life, because then there comes a point in time where you do things for yourself. You do things because you know it's what you want to do and the life that you want to create, and you don't do it because of somebody else's judgmental or opinion they might have based on what you want to accomplish. Now, I was going a little bit off topic there. I really want to dial into what the actual game of life is. How do we win the game of life? And there's really 3 stages to winning the game of life. And the first stage is building your foundation. Your foundation is you, your body, your mental stability, your physical well-being, your internal health. Without health, you can't buy health. You can't buy a foundation. And you have to grow and build a proper, healthy, structured foundation, a healthy body, a healthy mind through good habits. And what you have to do is you have to focus on obtaining good habits. You need to eat well, you need to exercise, and you need a creative practice. And these 4 things will allow you to build a good foundation to then move forward into the next step of the game of life. And these 4 things are very vital. I'm going to go into detail on each one. Habits. You need good habits because there are going to be days where you're not motivated to do something. And in order to get to where you want to be, you still have to get it done. And the only way to get it done when you don't actually want to do it is because you've made it habitual. It has become a habit. It has become a consistency in your life. It is something that you do all the time consistently, no matter how you feel. So having good habits is very, very important, because you need the consistency of doing it over a long period of time to change and build the foundation to win at the game of life. The second thing is eating. The food that you eat is energy. And that energy, depending on whether or not it's good energy or dog shit processed food, is going to impact your physical well-being, your mental health, your energy. It's going to impact every single aspect of your life, because it's what you are. What you eat and what you consume is what you are. And you want to make sure that you're eating right, you're eating healthy, and you're consuming energy that will allow you to flourish IRL, in real life. The third thing is exercise. Exercise is straight up therapy. Us humans, we need to move, we need to be outside, we need sunlight. And we have gone to a period of time where life is so simple, so easy. You can order DoorDash to your door, you can work from home on a computer, you can watch Netflix, and you can be a meat, fat, slobby motherfucker who does absolutely nothing. Because life has become so easy, it's very easy to fall into the trap of comfort. And that comfort is going to destroy your future. And you're going to, in 10, 15, 20 years, you're going to grow up having regrets about what you did with your time when you were younger. And that is the worst pain in life, the pain of regret. There's no such pain worse than the pain of regret, because you wish that you did something that you could change. And the only thing that you can do is change what you do now moving forward. And that's why anytime you do feel a sense of regret, you should take that regret, learn, and change an action item today, so then you don't feel that way in the future. And then the last thing is a creative practice. A creative practice, for me right now, I'm doing jujitsu. I'm always doing something new that's creative, that makes me think, that makes me come up with ideas, that is physical, that is interactive with other people, that allows you to build relationships with other people. A creative practice is necessary for anyone's well-being. So find a creative practice. That's very, very vital. But that's the basics of building a foundation. This is step one in the game of life when it comes down to trying to live the most fulfilling, best possible life that you can live. Step number two, once you've built a foundation, your mind is right, you're physically healthy, you have good energy, you're eating right, you have a creative mind, you are doing creative practices, you're at the point where on step number two, which is becoming financially capable to provide. Financial stability is important because money controls every aspect of your life. If you don't have money, you're going to be forced to work a job you might not be fulfilled with working. You might not be able to provide the best form of education for your children. You might not be able to put good, healthy, real, natural, organic food on the table for your family. There are so many aspects of your life that is controlled by money. Being financially independent and having money and wealth is very, very vital. And there's 3 steps to becoming financially independent. And that's increasing your monthly income, multiplying your money, and then diversifying that wealth and preserving it. So when it comes down to increasing your monthly income, if you're currently working a job, you want to find the next higher paying opportunity in an industry that of which you work in, and you want to job hop. When you're working one job, become experienced or learn something while you're working that job, so then you can then transfer into a higher paying job. And the reality is, the more value you have to this world, the greater of a problem that you can solve, and the more problems that you can solve for more people, the more money you're going to make. And it is at some point when you are so important that you're the only person to solve a certain problem is when you're going to get paid a lot of money. So you need to build experience. You need to be able to problem solve for people. And by doing that, you can increase your monthly income. Once you've accomplished increasing your monthly income, now you're at the point where you have to multiply your wealth. How do you multiply your wealth? Well, this takes a lot of time. This takes a long time because you have to fucking snipe a perfect opportunity, meaning that you need to make a big bet on a high risk, high return opportunity. And if you're wrong, you're going to lose all of your money and you're going to have to start from scratch and you're going to have to try it again. But it's the only way to totally separate yourself from the middle class or the lower class, that of which, because the middle class doesn't even exist anymore, let's be honest, guys. But that's the only way to separate yourself is by investing in some kind of IPO or a high risk, high return corporation or company. So that's the only way to really multiply your money. And right now, and the reason why I started making these videos is because the opportunity to multiply your money is here. It's happening in the next 3 months, and that space is going to be cryptocurrency. The blockchain technology, it's revolutionary. The entire world is going to adopt it. At this point in time, it is guaranteed and is not going away, just like the internet in the early 2000s. And this is an opportunity of a lifetime to multiply your money to then do step number 3, and that is diversify and preserve. Once you multiply your money and you have built enough wealth to last you the rest of your life, you then have to preserve that wealth, and you have to put it into asset classes which protect its value and keep it from going away. And that could be real estate, that could be Bitcoin, that could be bonds, that could be ETFs, that could be CDs. There's a lot of different products, but you definitely, absolutely, once you multiply your money, you want to diversify it so that you're financially fucking bulletproof. And once you're financially fucking bulletproof and you have built the foundation of yourself, that is step number 3, which is picking your partner. Picking your partner is going to be the most important decision you're ever going to make in your entire life. Choosing that person of which their decisions impact your life, because that's the reality. You are becoming when you open up to someone, when you pick a partner to have a relationship with, you are making yourself vulnerable to their own decision making, and the decisions they make will impact how you feel, your happiness, and who you are as a actual person. The reason why this is step number 3, you should never actually focus on finding and picking a partner. You should never be desperate for a relationship. You should never feel like that you need a relationship. You need to be happy with who you are, what you do. You need to be healthy. You need to be rich in both the mind, spirit, and the bank account. And when you have all of these things going for you, you're going to attract a high value person who respects you, who respects your values, who respects your emotions, and is going to be committed to you. And if you choose that right person, you have life of fulfillment ahead of you, where you're going to build relationships with their family. They will build relationships with your family. You are financially stable to have kids, raise a family, provide great education, great health, and you can live an amazing, fulfilling life. But it really comes down to accomplishing those steps number 1 and 2 and not fucking up number 3. Because if you choose the wrong partner, who of which their decisions totally ruin you. So that's my aspect on the game of life. What do you guys think? What stage are you on in the game of life? And I mean, how do you feel about everything I just fucking said?